Why are the taxpayers spending so much money on military supplies when we are not fighting any wars? In recent news, America has departed from Afghanistan, leaving around $3 billion worth of supplies to the Taliban. The departure of America from Afghanistan was a complete mess and a disgrace, which resulted in the Taliban becoming one of the most supplied militarist forces in the world. America spends $700 billion every year on military funding and is one of the areas where we spend most of our money. But according to my in-class survey, 65% of you thought we spent less on our military. Should we cut spending on military and use it on something better? 80% of the class believes we should use the money on education and on climate change. I'm here to persuade you to support the movement of slashing our spending of the military and using it on something better. Let's begin with the 35 of you who believe we should spend on military funding. $700 billion is used in every area of our military, including our Navy, Air Forces, Marines, Coast Guard, and the Army. Operation and maintenance cost $279 billion in 2020 alone. The second largest category, military personnel, supports the pay and retirement benefits for service members and cost around $161 billion in 2020. Procurement of weapons and systems cost $139 billion in 2020, and nearly $100 billion was spent on research and development of weapons and equipment. The money is used on necessary items that run the largest military to promote world peace. Even though the military supports world peace, the true reason for military funding being so high is capitalism. Let's begin in why capitalism is the reason why military is so high. Military contracts pay a heavy price and allow private companies to earn money based on connections and lobbying. Because of the money, many senators allow the movement of more government spending to be allowed, and many senators are paid a lot to pass laws that help companies receive more military contracts. Military spending helped create the rise of the Taliban, with $3 billion worth of our military supplies that we paid for. With the departure of America from Afghanistan, it was an absolute disgrace that shaped the view of America today. America was never meant to be in Afghanistan and was only there for the capture of oil by Vice President Dick Cheney and not for the attack of 9/11. Because of the greed of one American, it resulted in much unnecessary death and the creation of a powerful army that we are now dealing with 20 years later. Finally, with the money spent on military funding can greatly improve the quality of life in America. $700 billion is a lot and can be used in funding other things such as education and public transportation. With a slash of military funding, we can use the money on student debt, relieving many American students and allowing them to start a life without debt looming over them. Why should Americans pay for college when as taxpayers we are giving free college towards the military? In conclusion, many people believe that it is reasonable to spend $700 billion on military supplies. However, we should use the taxpayer dollars on things that will help our quality of life. Military spending should be spent on education and transportation to create a better life for our future generations and not to cause unnecessary war.